also know that you get asked about a Sister reboot on probably a daily basis,
yeah.
hourly basis.
I would say that.
Should we just throw it out the window? Do we just say, no, it's not going to happen?
You know, it's hard for me to say never,
Okay.
because I feel like I'm putting that into the universe. I'm a huge believer in what you say is what you get. So I'm saying never say never because of that reason, but as it stands for right now, there's nothing to report.
But there could be conversations happening.
There's no conversations. There is nothing to report, unfortunately.
Okay.
But like I say, who knows? I mean, look what happened with Will and Grace and
People, I think, just love the nostalgia.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think people love you and your sister together, and even Taj.
I know.
What could we do to get you guys to work together again in a different capacity?
Oh my gosh. Well, I was just saying earlier, maybe do a Christmas movie together. Could you imagine all of us doing a Christmas movie together? The last time we did a movie together was in 2000, maybe 9?
So it's been 10 years.
Oh yeah, it's been a while. Maybe even longer than that. Maybe we did a movie called 17 again, and it was all 3 of us. I think it's been more than 10 years.
Yeah.
But for all of us to do a movie together,
It would be so epic.
and a Christmas movie,
And then imagine your mom watching that one. Do you guys talk about this though? The 3 of you at least?
Well, I will say this. Tamara and I, we always talk about it.
Okay.
We're always like, what is that next thing?
Yeah.
You know?
It's a lot of pressure, I imagine, too.
It is, because it's about finding the right thing and then also finding something that's fitting our schedules, you know, because she's on the reel, and that's a very intense schedule. It really is.
And
then,
intense job. You're
It
sharing
is.
so much of yourself.
You are. And then my brother, on the other hand, you know, he's older and he's like, oh, I want to, you know, hang out with my sisters or, you know.
Tia Mowry spilling on her famous family to eat tea. And hopefully they'll share the screen together again.
You did talk a little bit about your sister being on the reel.
Yes.
Would you ever join permanently a show like that? You've been on there a few times.
Yeah, that's such a good question. You know, I really think that, I don't know. Like you said, being a host on a talk show, it's hard.
Yep.
You know, it's very, very hard. You have to be extremely vulnerable. And I'm going to be honest with you, sometimes you don't have a choice. When you're not, like, I can choose on what I want to share, right? When you're on a panel with so many different women, and if they're sharing things,
You feel like you have to.
you feel like you have to. And if you don't, then it's like you stand out. You know what I mean? So I'm not speaking for my sister. I'm not
Sure.
saying that that's what she does, but I do see what she does on a daily basis. And I don't know if I could. I'm not sure, you know what I mean? But I don't know. But never say never.
That's the key. That's the key phrase here.
Yeah,
is never say never.
The mom of 2 is also getting candid about her kiddos.
You welcomed your daughter a little over
I
a year
know.
ago.
I
How is
know.
Cree adjusting to being a big brother?
You know, I'm very real and authentic when it comes to this question. At first it was hard because he was the king of the house for 8 years. And then here comes this beautiful princess.
And it's a
And
girl.
all
And it's
the-
not.
yeah, but I felt so terrible because I didn't know I was doing it. And my son was like, Mommy, you give Cairo more kisses than me.
Oh my! Did that break your heart?
Of
a little?
course.
Yeah.
And that, I literally had to readjust and be like, okay, Tia, you have to be careful about what you are doing in front of him. So to answer your question, he has fully adjusted. It's been 17 months. If not, by now, something would be wrong.
Yeah.
He's the best big brother in the world. And I think what's really helped is just being mindful of what I'm saying in front of him and doing, and try to keep it equal. And then also explaining to him she needs more attention because she can't do the things that you can do. And then also incorporating him in the routine. So he'll help me with throwing away the diaper. If it's, you know, the poopy one, he's like, no, I don't want to do that.
Fair.
But helping me get the bottles and watching her and doing all that, he is amazing.
Does the family feel complete now that you have a boy and a girl?
You know, it's so weird because at first I thought that, but then I'm like, I know this is weird, you guys, but when I look at our old Christmas photo that we, you know, do every year with the family, I'm like, it looks like there needs to be another one there. It's weird. So
That's not weird.
But I'm up and down with wanting another child. Yeah,
It's
I
a
don't
lot.
know if I feel complete yet, but I am happy. I'm happy with, where everything is right now, and
Yeah.
so I can't complain. Let's just say that. Yeah.
Like you did say earlier, you are a very authentic,
Yes,
real
I am.
person, and I think that's what people love about
Yes.
you. You look at your Instagram, and you're
Yes.
sharing all sorts of things,
Yes.
and I think you're inspiring people
Yes.
and inspiring conversations.
Yes, that's what motivates me to do what I do.
Is it? Do you read the comments of it? People,
Yes, I do.
people-
I do. And that's what drives me. And I will say the first time I ever became vulnerable was when I shared my story with endometriosis.
Mm-hmm.
And I was very scared to do that. But
Why
then,
are you scared?
Because I'm being real, we live in a society that celebrates perfection, and that just we're not really open to embracing our flaws, right? If you see a wrinkle, you want to Facetune it. If you whatever, we live in that world, and I was afraid of showing and expressing my glitch, my flaw. But then
It's not a flaw, by the way.
Oh, thank you. But what really made me change my mind was my story was too wonderful, and it's all about seeing food as medicine and how changing my diet really helped my existing condition. And I said, I can't keep that all to myself. I want to inspire. I want to share with other women hope.
Yep.
And that's why I did it. So I became inspired by myself. And so that's where I am now. That's what I'm motivated by. And even with the Christmas movie that I did, or the movies and the projects, I had just finished having my daughter. I still had my belly, and again, we live in a society that celebrates perfection. You see a lot of people snapping back, which is fine.
And it's not
okay.
easy,
It's
though.
not easy, but some women, that's not how their body works. And I wanted them to see that, yes, I did a movie and I didn't wait until I lost 20, 30 pounds. This is me, this is who I am, I love who I am, and I'm not gonna say no because I'm afraid of rejection. I'm not gonna say no because I'm afraid of someone saying nasty things. No, I said, I'm gonna do it because I want women to see and be inspired that just because you have a baby and just because you don't look perfect, it doesn't mean that you can't walk outside and continue to do what you love to do. Having children, it wasn't always easy for me. And to be able to, I think children are miracles, and to be able to just have this beautiful, I call her my Princess Roro, because her name is Cairo, so we go Princess Roro or Princess Rowie. She just lights up my day, and I'm not taking away from my son, but the reason is because I'm a woman, and I know that she will end up growing up to be a woman, and it's just everything that I do is so purposeful, you know what I mean, with her and what I'm teaching her. And I tell her how beautiful she is every day. And some people may think that that's superficial, you're so
No.
beautiful, you're so beautiful. But I call her beautiful every day because I want her to know that she is,
Next for the 41-year-olds, a new Lifetime holiday movie premiering November 27th.
I'm a sucker for Christmas, but one thing that's really special about this movie is there's this mystery. So there's Christmas in the background, but in the forefront, there's this mystery. And I play Jodie Bright, who loves all things vintage, and she's obsessed with these vintage pieces because she's obsessed with the story that comes along with it. She wants to know who, what, where, when, why. She wants to know the story.
Are you
And
like that in real life, by the way?
I'm not like that with material things, but I'm like that in real life with people.
You're like, where does this person come
yes.
from? Let me look at their Instagram.
Yes, I am a psych major, so I, went to
psychology
Pepperdine
people.
University and I
Yeah.
graduated with a psych degree, and I'm so obsessed with why people behave the way they behave. Like, what's their story? I applied that to this character, but I think that's just what's so amazing about A Very Vintage Christmas is there's this search that she goes on after finding this mysterious box of all of these artifacts, and she wants to find out who these you know, or what these pieces belong to, or who these pieces belong to, and what are these pieces. That's what I meant. And it's just, it's fun. It's a nice ride, I think, you know?
Yeah, of
and
course.
there's Christmas and love, so.